not expression. This is hate speech. This is every kind of misogyny, homophobia, racism, bigotry, Islamophobia. I can go on and on.
The second these diners catch wind of what's happening.
Until you take that hat off, you will not be served.
I'm not taking it off.
Well, then you will not be served in this restaurant.
They're shocked and angry.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. He just said that.
You've got to be kidding me.
We should all get up and leave.
And they act quickly.
We should all get up and leave. I'll leave now.
Let's go. We're out.
And before anybody says anything, I need to remind you, this has nothing to do with black people. It is white people that are going towards their fellow white people and telling them, hey, it is very inappropriate for you to wear a Maga hat in public. So at least we can chill this one out, because I already see a lot of Maga in my comment section telling me, oh, you see, it's the black people that always have a problem with Maga. It's your fellow white people that have a problem with the Maga hats. Okay? Yeah. So this really goes to show you that there's so many white people out there that actually don't roll with Trump. And they are not embarrassed to call out one of their own when they see them wearing a Maga hat in public.
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. So it appears that the MAGA crowd, or a good portion of them, are pretty upset over what's going on with the administration in more than one way, because they're calling them non-transparent. If you want to know what those are burnt MAGA hats. And that's what Nick Fuentes, who, well, first of all, he's a piece of work himself. He actually has been described as a white supremacist, but he is posting on X that they've been fooled by the Trump administration and led down a path that they did not plan on going on. So in retaliation for Pam Bondi and the administration not releasing the Epstein files and who's on it, this is the new trend for MAGA. They are burning those notorious red hats. And all I can say is, congratulations if you have finally gotten to that point to where you have to burn that symbol that's been emblazoned on your head for the last 8 years. Thank God. Maybe there is hope for you.
Okay, so I just wore this hat in a small Texas town, CVS, and I feel like the lady at the front, I asked her a question and she was kind of mean to me. She kind of was like just very short and like didn't really want to answer my question, but I feel like she's probably thinking that I'm wearing a MAGA hat, which I am not. And I'm about to go into Berkshire's, and I'm like scared because anyone that doesn't understand Spanish is probably gonna think I'm wearing a MAGA hat. Anyone that does speak Spanish will probably think it's funny, but I'm like actually kind of scared. I have my daughter with me as well, and I don't want anyone to like freak out over anything. I think it's a funny hat, and I obviously don't like Donald Trump and all of his policies and what he's doing. So yeah, I hope that everyone can understand Spanish right now when I go into Berkshire's, because I don't want people thinking I would ever wear a MAGA hat or agree with his policies. So when I wore this to the store from the last video that I posted, this cashier, he was a really tall white guy, I get up to his line and he starts laughing and he goes, "I really like your hat." And I said, "Thank you." And then I said I was kind of scared to wear it because I didn't want people thinking that I was a Trump supporter. And then he's like, "Oh." And then he's like, just like, he like kind of laughed a little bit. And then he's like, "Oh." And then after that, he was being mean to me. I think he thought it said like F you, and then it said like F you, comma, MAGA, you know? But that's not what it says. And I think that's why he was like saying, "Oh, I like your hat." And I just assumed because he's a white guy, like he probably goes for Trump. Maybe not. Maybe I misread the whole like interaction, but I'm pretty sure he just didn't understand what it said.
Why is everybody pissed at you right now?
Everyone's pissed at me because I wore this hat and I'm trying to make burgers great again.
Could you please give me an objective perspective and opinion on the fact that I have this Make America Great Again Trump hat and me being black? Give me your perspective on it.
Of course. From an objective standpoint, wearing a Make America Great Again hat can be a strong statement that often evokes varied reactions. The hat is closely tied to a particular political movement and former President Donald Trump, which can be polarizing. For some people, it symbolizes support for specific policies, economic perspectives, or a desire for change. For others, it can represent controversial or divisive viewpoints. As a Black individual wearing the hat, you might encounter a unique mix of reactions. Some people might see it as a bold expression of independent thought or a willingness to challenge stereotypes. Others might find it surprising or even conflicting, given the complex racial and social issues often associated with that political movement. Ultimately, your choice to wear it is personal and reflects your own beliefs or experiences. The key is to be prepared for a range of responses and to stand by your perspective with confidence and understanding.
Waitress served man with MAGA hat sees note on check and bursts into tears. Rosaline Harris worked as a waitress and it was a regular day on her shift when a guy named Jake White walked in wearing a MAGA hat. He sat down on the table where Rosaline covered. People began to look at him and the tensions were high, but Rosaline decided to serve the man. 1 hour goes by, the man finished eating and asked for the check. Rosaline then went to go hand over the check to the man. The man looked at Rosaline, then stared at the check. Rosaline saw that he was taking a long time to leave, but she didn't know what he was doing. It turned out Jason was writing a long note to Rosaline. The note read, "We may come from different cultures and disagree on certain issues." He then went to hand Rosaline the note and complimented her on her beautiful smile. When Rosaline looked at the note, she then saw that the man tipped her $450. She immediately burst into tears because at the time she needed the money. She did not believe that he was going to be so kind. She wanted to thank him, but he had ran out the door.
Does anybody else find it weird how the saying "Make America Great Again" triggers so many people? Go to a liberal city and wear a MAGA hat or a MAGA shirt. You may get denied service, told you don't belong there, told to take it off. You'd be getting dirty looks from just about everybody you pass, all because you're wearing something that says "Make America Great Again." Imagine if people of a different race got treated the same way people wearing MAGA hats got treated, or a different sexuality or whatever it is. If someone's a different race and they go in a restaurant and were denied service because of their race, the same people looking down upon people for a shirt or a hat with a positive message would be up in arms about it. To me, it seems like what you're doing is no different than what you claim to hate. You're treating somebody as less because of their own viewpoints and wearing something that has a point.
This is not expression. This is hate speech. This is every kind of misogyny, homophobia, racism, bigotry, Islamophobia. I can go on and on.
The second these diners catch wind of what's happening,
Until you take that hat off, you will not be served.
I'm not taking it off.
Well, then you will not be served in this restaurant.
they're shocked and angry.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He just said that.
You've got to be kidding
We
me.
should all get up and leave.
And they act quickly.
Should all get up and leave. I'll leave now.
Come on, let's go. We're out.
He told him
Yep, he will not serve him.
He just told me.
Let's go. I would never stay here. That's it. You're making him leave? You won't serve him?
We won't serve him while he's wearing a hat that represents those.
Represents what?
Represents
Make America Great Again. That's bad?
making America great is an expression of
Of nothing, but a nice, hopeful thing. I would not eat
Get
here.
out of here.
Following her lead, both sets of diners are so disgusted, they head for the door.
And we make sure that this is all over. Everywhere. We're even going to call the news.
What they don't know is that they're already on television. Time to tell them it's What Would You Do?
It's What Would You Do, the TV show. Sit.
Oh my gosh!
Come on up here. What were you thinking?
I was thinking this is horrible that this is our country, it's America. And he had the hat on, and if he likes Trump or doesn't like Trump, that's okay. I didn't love Obama, but I supported him as president. Remember when he was elected, I said, let's give him a chance, let's see what happens.
No matter who the president is, you have to respect them as being the president of our country.
I feel that way.
It's our country. It's